Dragonball and Shadowverse collide. Dot. 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 After being trapped for an unknown reason, Blaze is freed from his time crystal prison. Finding himself in Goku's universe. He looks around the area. Well, this sucks. Lost some power crossing into this universe too. He thinks making a blue energy ball. Sensing a strange key, Goku turns back to the cave he passed. I wonder who that could be, he thinks as he moves to investigate. Goku arrives at the cave and finds Blaze, who's still in shock at his new surroundings. Hey there, I'm Goku. Who might you be? He asks, extending a friendly hand. Blaze looks his way. Oh, hi. Name's Blaze. Yeah, been trapped in that time crystal. Not quite sure why I'm out. Or where. He looks at Goku confused. What are you doing out here? Goku smiles. I was just searching for a friend. He's been missing for a while now, but his energy led me here. You wouldn't happen to have seen this guy, he says, holding up Yamcha's picture. Blaze looks at the picture and shrugs. Sorry, I don't remember seeing anyone like that around. He pauses for a moment, trying to gather his thoughts. Wait, you're not some sort of demon or monster, are you? 'Cause I could use some help finding my bearings. Goku scratches his head, chuckling. No, but I've fought a few in the past, he says. Hey, maybe my friend Bulma could help, she's really smart. Smiling, Blaze says. That sounds good. He nods, finally starting to feel a bit more hopeful. Yeah, maybe that would be a big help. I'd really appreciate it. He pauses, looking at Goku with a newfound sense of gratitude. Goku glances over as Blaze jumps into the air and hovers beside him. Goku smiles. Where did you learn ki control? He asks, feeling Blaze's calm, orderly energy. Blaze blinks, briefly confused before smiling. Oh, that's just a trick I picked up in my travels. I don't even remember half of what I did back then. He laughs lightly, shaking his head. Goku senses slight tension but accepts his answers for now. A few minutes later they land on the grass outside Capsule Corp as the sun shines warmly overhead. Goku looks around and sends a thought to Vegeta, then leads him inside. Well, here we are, Blaze, this is Bulma, he smiles as they enter a dome-like building. She's the smartest person I know, he says as they approach a young woman with turquoise hair wearing a yellow top and blue jeans. She looks up from her tinkering with a gadget and smiles at them both. She pauses a moment, then looks back at Goku and Blaze. Please tell me he's not here to blow up the planet, she says, looking at Blaze with suspicion. Blaze shakes his head. No, I'm not here for anything like that. Actually, Goku here found me wandering around and I was hoping you could help me out. He pauses. Bulma thinks for a sec. I'm not too busy at the moment. What can I help with? She says. Blaze takes a breath. See, I was brought here by some strange anomaly. Bulma sighs. That's not very helpful, you know. I'm a scientist, but I need more than that. Blaze shrugs. I don't know much. Only that I came through a portal as some time anomaly pulled me from my universe. Bulma listens intently to Blaze's story, her blue eyes narrowing in thought. After he finishes speaking, she purses her lips and nods slowly. Interesting. There have been some odd energy signatures coming from that area lately. It's possible that whatever pulled you here might have something to do with that. Vegeta walks in from his training room and grits his teeth. Damn it, Kakarot. Just one day. He starts to say, but Goku cuts him off as he speaks in a serious tone. Now that you're here to Vegeta, he says, turning to Blaze. Tell me, Blaze, why did you lie about knowing Yamcha? Blaze chuckles nervously. Well, I didn't lie exactly. I just didn't mention him. See, my memory's a bit hazy from being stuck in that prison for so long. I'm not even sure how I knew Yamcha, to be honest. Vegeta tenses as Goku goes into his Super Saiyan God form. So, you have seen him, Goku says as Vegeta transforms as well. Damn it, Kakarot, what's going on now? He thinks, watching Blaze closely. Blaze looks at Vegeta and then at Goku. I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly, he stammers. My memories are fuzzy from being trapped for so long. Goku calms a little but stays in his God form. You're pretty strong, aren't you? He says, floating into the sky. Blaze shakes his head. Not really. What's going on exactly? I'm not sure, Vegeta says, eyes narrowing suspiciously. Goku smirks. We need to bring this guy to the lookout. He tells Vegeta, then grins at Blaze. We have time to train first, he says, taking a fighting stance. Blaze senses genuine curiosity flowing from Goku. I'm not sure I'd be able to even scratch you, he says. Goku frowns. I might have more power but your energy. It's strange, I'd like to see what you can do. The fact that you can sense my power at all is surprising by itself. Usually only those with God Ki can sense our power levels, he says, eyeing Blaze curiously as he senses something close to God Ki, though weaker but different somehow. Blaze nods and concentrates, gathering power around him. They clash and separate a few times and Goku grins. Blaze launches an energy ball at him, aiming to test his strength against the legendary Super Saiyan God. Vegeta lets out a chuckle as Goku dodges it. Really? Vegeta says as he vanishes steps. Appearing in front of the blast, he raises an arm to deflect it. Vegeta, wait! Goku shouts. Vegeta's arm makes contact and he feels an odd sensation in his energy as the weaker but dense energy burrows through his own. Sidestepping the attack, he glances back at Blaze in shock. What are you? He says as Goku and Blaze clash around the sky. Blaze dodges to the side, as Goku charges at him. Vegeta notices something odd about Blaze's energy as it seems to flow differently than he's used to. Goku pulls out all the stops as he cups his hands. Me, he shouts, firing. Blaze charges a blast of his own and launches it towards Goku. Their beams clash, creating chaos below in the sea as an uninhabited island crumbles from the waves. Blaze's beam vanishes first and Goku's fades before hitting him. Your energy is incredible. Vegeta grits his teeth as he drops to base form and heads back to his training room. Seriously, first Kakarot's always surpassing me. And, now, yet again, he can so easily adapt to that strange energy. He thinks as he tries to visualize Blaze's flow, his mental imagery unable to find a way to counter even Blaze's weaker energy. Blaze looks after him. What's his deal? Goku grins. He's just like that, after feeling your ki. I can't sense any evil in it. I think we could be good friends, he says as he leads the way to the lookout. Blaze looks at Goku. Really? He asks, surprised. That's great to hear, he says, following him to the lookout. So, what exactly is your plan for me? He asks curiously. They finally reach the lookout and Goku gestures for Blaze to take a seat on a nearby cloud. Blaze tilts his head. Where I'm from, clouds don't hold people. Goku laughs. Nimbus is a special cloud. Blaze jumps onto the cloud and is surprised when it feels solid beneath him. Ah, that's pretty cool, he says, leaning forward as the cloud moves slowly. Goku smiles as Dende watches. Bulma arrives as they observe. Exiting her aircraft, she looks at Blaze. That's a relief to see. Nimbus only lets the pure-hearted be supported. Smiling, he ignores their series of tests for him. Well, at least I know they aren't evil like things in my universe. He thinks as he goes through a loop and hops off, landing next to Goku. Looking at Goku, Blaze points to a short cat walking over to them. What's the strange cat with a stick? He asks him. Goku waves his hands. That's Korin, he says. Korin whacks Blaze on the head. Where are your manners? He says. Blaze is taken aback but apologizes. So sorry, Korin sir, he says, bowing. Goku grins. Ah, Korin, he's a bit on the touchy side. Korin snorts indignantly. So what brought you here to our world seems to be linked with the strange energy surge I detected around where Goku lost Yamcha's energy trail. He says, stopping to think. Do you think maybe Yamcha got pulled to your universe as you were brought here? Blaze rubs his chin. It's possible, but there's no telling if he's alive or not. My universe is dangerous. He pauses, looking at Goku. Bulma looks from Goku to Blaze. How dangerous is your universe? She asks. Blaze hesitates, not sure how much to reveal. Well, my people and I were involved in a great war 1,000 years ago. The universe is still recovering from the damage we caused. Many worlds were destroyed, and the balance of power is still unstable. Dende looks up as King Kai speaks to him in his mind. Dende, we have found Yamcha. He is in a universe outside of our local cluster. He is alive but something is off. I'll let you know if we can find a way to get to him. So far, the only portal is closer to the lookout. You must be careful. That universe is forbidden. There's no telling how strong threats are there. But I've been informed that even Lord Zeno has no authority or power there. He says. Dende looks at Blaze in surprise and nervousness. Goku, we might have an issue if Lord Beerus finds out about. Finds out about what? This universe-jumping human. Lord Beerus says as he and Whis step out of a light pillar that vanishes. Dende panics. What? No, we weren't talking about that. Let me reintroduce you all. This is Blaze. He's from the universe where the war happened 1,000 years ago. He somehow got pulled here by that energy surge we detected. Blaze senses the key pressure from Beerus and glances at his royal-looking attire. And thinks to himself, looks like an Egyptian cat god, opposite of the canine-headed Anubis maybe. He wonders. Standing he turns to him, as a follower of the creator to all things. I can't give you praise but I will respect your universe's rules and apologize for any inconvenience. He says recognizing Beerus and his lesser but important godhood in this universe. Blaze's words seem to calm Beerus, though he glares at him for a moment before looking away. Fine. As long as you don't cause any trouble while you're here, I won't interfere. Korin narrows his eyes at Blaze. So, can you tell us how the portal you came through formed? He asks. He thinks for a moment, trying to recall the events that led to his arrival. Well, to be honest, I wasn't entirely aware of the process. It was like being pulled through a wormhole, almost as if someone or something dragged me here against my will. I'm just grateful to have made it through unharmed. Lord Beerus perks up his ears. Explain what you mean by unharmed. Blaze swallows nervously. Well, a type of energy stream was put between some universes that may reset a soul or being that goes through. If that being will upset the balance between universes. Like if your universe's Zeno tried crossing he'd have all his power stripped away. He says. Lord Beerus and Whis look at Blaze harshly. How dare you talk of our Lord that way, mortal? Beerus blurts out angrily. I'm not meaning to offend, it's just. He isn't the supreme god. I've met him and Zeno isn't him. He says. Whis grabs Beerus as he tries to get at Blaze. Rolling his eyes he knocks Beerus out. I was hoping to ease him into that one but this is just as well. Be careful in our universe, Blaze. Don't worry about Lord Beerus. He'll understand in time, he says, then transports away in a pillar of light taking Beerus with him. Blaze looks after them relieved and confused. Korin looks at Blaze, unimpressed. So you're claiming that the universes in this realm are connected through some sort of web, and there's a power greater than even Beerus or Zeno? He asks skeptically. That's quite the tale you've woven, stranger. Blaze shrugs. The angel Whis said it too. Korin nods. Seems he did. That is a doozy. Though at this point, nothing is surprising. Blaze smirks. I guess not. He looks around, taking in the surroundings. So, what is the status quo here? Anything I should be aware of? Korin thinks for a moment, then says, well, we have Beerus, he will erase anything that annoys him. That's about the only thing to worry about. Other than that, if you need money. The World Martial Arts Tournament is in a few days. Unless Goku joins, it's easy money, he tells Blaze as he holds his stomach. Blaze giggles. That actually sounds fun. Goku steps beside him. We don't need the money and seems unfair, he says. Blaze crosses his arms. I know. That's why I'll suppress my energy to match my opponents. So it's skill-based and not a power thing, he says smiling. Goku turns to him. I think we're gonna be great friends, though, until the tournament. You're eating with us. Blaze smiles at how welcoming the Z fighters are being. They have some edges but, they're good people, he thinks as he follows Goku to the table of food Bulma produces from a capsule. Blaze sits down and begins eating with the group feeling uneasy. ... Hours later. Goku looks over at Vegeta sensing a dark energy as they train on the planet of Lord Beerus. You feel that, Vegeta? Goku asks him. The dark energy is not very strong, and it's different than anything I've felt before. This energy seems cold and evil but, it feels like it's... Goku hesitates, like it's Krillin's. Vegeta scoffs as he recognizes the energy as well. Huh, like that's anything to worry about. Are you just trying to stall training? Suddenly an energy of suffocating darkness emanating terror and hate appears between them. Vegeta takes a fighting stance as the energy fades, revealing Krillin, who turns to him. Krillin's energy rises to half power. "You'll be the first to bow before me," he says, standing calmly. Vegeta transforms into his royal blue Super Saiyan form as his anger flares. "You have some nerve, don't you?" Vegeta is interrupted as Krillin rockets forward, landing a punch to his gut. Krillin's attack somehow bypassing Vegeta's far more powerful Saiyan God energy. Goku steps back in shock as Vegeta falls to his knees, coughing blood as he gasps in surprise. Krillin then lunges forward with a flying kick, smashing his head into the ground, injuring him significantly. As he stands over Vegeta in triumph, Goku stares in disbelief. Just then, Krillin's energy flares to full power as Vegeta stops moving. He smirks at Vegeta's lifeless body lay on the ground. "Hey, Krillin. You killed him," Goku stammers, trying to wrap his head around it. Before he can gather his thoughts, Krillin fires an energy blast at him, and for some reason, Goku instinctively dodges it. He raises his power to its limit in base form as he's hit by a strange feeling punch. Goku tries to use his ki to defend against the attack. Though Krillin is far weaker, his energy brushes aside Goku's own almost like it's not there. As it impacts, he thinks, "It's like Blaze's energy, but so dark and twisted. I can only just survive this, and something's different. The hatred. What is this energy?" Taking the hit, Goku smashes through the planet, exploding out of the other side. Krillin appearing to meet him with a kick, but Lord Beerus appears, catching the heavily wounded Saiyan. Beerus stares at Krillin with slight interest. "As much as I enjoy seeing Vegeta and Goku struggle, destroying my planet is unacceptable. You're lucky the Dragon Balls were restored. Go find them, or..." Krillin interrupts. "Or what? You'll Hawkeye me. You're no god of destruction." Beerus' temper rises as he reels back in surprise. "You really wish to die today, Earthling?" he says angrily. "No, not at all," Krillin says, cupping his hands. May. Beerus watches in anticipation. Krillin shouts, launching his attack. Beerus squints, observing, but floats in place as the blast shoots past him. "Are you trying to impress me, or?" he says. Krillin points at where he fired the blast, and Beerus turns to see it impact the planet. He keeps his supply of nothing but delectable sweet vanilla pudding as the blast vaporizes the entire planet-wide supply. Beerus' eyes widen and his energy explodes to its max as he whips around and dashes toward Krillin. The universe shakes from his energy as Beerus throws a full-power punch. "My pudding," Beerus roars. Krillin takes the hit and rushes forward, only to have Beerus grab him by the throat and smash him into the ground. "I'll destroy you," Beerus snarls. Krillin struggles and cries out as Beerus lands blow after blow. Lord Beerus backs away and raises a hand. "This is for my pudding cups," he shouts through gritted teeth. Hawkeye. There's a flash of purple light as Krillin glows. And nothing happens. "Ha ha ha ha. You really fell for it." Krillin smirks as Beerus backs away in shock. "What? How, that's impossible," Beerus says, confused, as Whis appears, putting a hand on his shoulder. "My lord, I'm afraid I can't protect you from him and this energy. We must retreat and figure this out," he says as he teleports, taking him and Goku. Goku looks over at Whis, who has a troubled expression. Turning to Beerus, he sees him still shaken and confused as the three of them hurtle through reality to the land of the Kais. The god of destruction glares at him. "Not a word of this to anyone," he says. Upon arriving, Whis stops a moment. "Interesting," he says, then vanishes in a pillar of light, surprising Beerus, who sits fuming with his arms crossed. Goku scratches his head. "Can I just..." Beerus glares at him, silencing the Saiyan. ... Halfway through the next day, Blaze is talking with Majin Buu when Goku returns. He produces a device and a hologram of Bulma appears. "Looks like there isn't anything I can do. Whatever caused the portal has to happen again, or we can't get Yamcha back or send Blaze home," she says. "I'll keep trying and let you know," she says, and the hologram vanishes. Blaze sighs, thinking about Yamcha lost in his universe. "I don't care if I make it back. We just need to get Yamcha," he says, and Buu nods, then jumps up, happily chasing around his dog. Goku waves for Blaze to follow and they move towards the hyperbolic time chamber. If we had tried to figure out Blaze's energy sooner. Krillin. Goku thinks as he enters through the doorway, first pausing. Blaze, can you handle 500 times gravity and random changes to it in other conditions? He asks. He nods. Might be uncomfortable but yeah, he says, then enters. Taking a moment to adjust to the time-altering room's 100-degree heat and gravity. He looks at Goku and nods as Vegeta enters, closing the door, then looks at Blaze, thinking to himself. I don't know why we're training with such a weakling, but I might as well learn how to deal with his strange energy. Just in case anyone with similar ever appears. And this doesn't make up for Kakarot vanishing from our training on Beerus's planet. The next day, as they exit the time chamber, all of a sudden the air grows cold. Blaze feels a familiar presence and turns around, seeing Yamcha standing there. His green energy aura swirling around him with power. Hey guys, he says casually, I was just passing through and thought I'd stop by. Goku looks surprised. Yamcha. We've been trying to find you. We thought you might be in trouble, he says. Then Blaze speaks up, a hint of concern in his voice. Where have you been, and how did you get so strong? Yamcha shrugs. Some wizard and demon wolf trained and strengthened me, he says, grinning. Goku smiles as Gohan arrives. Hey Yamcha, Gohan shouts, rushing over to give him a hug. We missed you, man. We were training hard for the tournament, and we wanted you to be a part of it. Yamcha grins sheepishly and pats Gohan on the back. Thanks, Gohan. Hey, can you still use beast mode? He asks Gohan. Gohan nods. I sure can. I'm even stronger than Dad, he says. Why, do you wanna spar and see how strong you've gotten? Yamcha nods. Yeah, I might be a little rusty though. Blaze smiles. We'd love to see that. I bet you've gotten incredibly strong out there, he says. Maybe we could all train together for a bit and see how much stronger we can get. Yamcha nods in agreement. Sounds like a plan to me. Gohan transforms into his beast mode. His dark hair turns white and stands up straight as his eyes turn red, his aura turning blue as a thin red outline clings to his body. Red ebbing in the outer blue, with red electrical discharges snapping around him periodically. Blaze grins at the sight of Gohan's transformation. That is impressive. I can only imagine how much stronger you must be, he says with a hint of envy, his eyes locked onto Gohan's new form. You know, I bet we could all learn a thing or two from each other. Gohan looks at Yamcha. Should I drop to Super Saiyan for you? Yamcha grins. Nah, I'd rather see how beast mode holds up. You are the strongest here, he says. He and Gohan prepare to spar as Goku and Blaze watch. The battle between them commences, with the air itself seeming to crackle with untapped power. Yamcha's speed unparalleled, his strikes a blur to even Goku as he and Gohan clash, testing the limits of each other's power. Goku smiles. It really is impressive. Yamcha has gotten so strong. Something feels off though. You feel it too, right? He asks Blaze. Blaze nods. Yeah, there's a strange energy to his attacks, almost as if he's drawing power from somewhere else. He frowns, narrowing his eyes as he watches the battle between them. I don't like it. Yamcha lands a powerful punch, knocking the wind out of the half Saiyan, who gasps, moving away, releasing his full power, then charges toward him. As they clash one last time, Goku senses a wave of dark intent as Yamcha's fist rips through Gohan's arm as if it were paper. Blaze watches the brutal exchange in shock as the power Yamcha is drawing from somewhere unnerves him with its strange familiarity. Looking odd but feeling similar to the dark energy of the endless void of darkness. The feeling of hatred and evil intent shaking him to his core. Goku grits his teeth, going Super Saiyan blue as he charges forward, but Yamcha appears with a kick, knocking him into the side of a mountain. Coughing blood. Goku struggles to move as Yamcha spears his hand through Gohan's chest before he can react. Wincing in pain, his eyes widen as blood pours from his chest. Yamcha, he gasps, falling to one knee. What are you doing? He asks with his dying breath. Blaze snaps out of his shock, then rockets at Yamcha, who effortlessly lands a knee to his gut. I like you, Blaze. No need for you to die. I know, you can be my messenger, he says maniacally. ... A few minutes later, Future Trunks and Krillin find Blaze and Goku in dire need of a Senzu bean. Blaze coughs up blood as he looks at Trunks and Krillin. Gohan, Yamcha, he had an unnatural power. He gasps out, his body feeling like it's failing him. Trunks nods, his eyes narrowing in determination. Trunks looks around then back to Blaze as he tries to sit up. Just take it easy, we need to get you and Goku to the lookout, he says as Bulma arrives in a Capsule Corp transport aircraft. Blaze looks at Trunks and Krillin. I'll be fine, I just need to rest, he rasps, still coughing up blood. As Bulma lands the aircraft, he manages to make it to his feet with their help. The pain is immense, but he refuses to give in. Goku, having eaten a senzu bean, drops to a knee in pain as he punches the ground. Damn it, what kind of energy, it even suppresses the senzu bean's healing, he says to himself. Gohan, Yamcha, he cries out, smashing the ground again. Blaze and the others talk Goku into using the hyperbolic time chamber to heal. Fine, once we're ready, we find Yamcha, Goku says, limping away. Vegeta balls his trembling hands into fists. Kakarot, his energy, I've never felt so much hatred, he thinks, swallowing as he moves aside to let Goku pass. In short time, Blaze looks over at Vegeta, giving a slight nod as they all head into the time chamber. Blaze sits on the steps of the exit to the time chamber as Vegeta collapses to the floor from his training. Looking out into the infinite space, he sees Goku sparring with key energy clones of himself. Vegeta sits up, leaning against a pillar. He wasn't like this when Buu absorbed everyone. Something's different about him now, he says to Blaze out of nowhere. Blaze looks at him, his eyes narrowed in thought. I don't know what it is, but it feels like there's something dark and twisted behind that power. We need to find out more about it if we want to stop him. He pauses for a moment, his brow furrowed. Vegeta smirks. If I remember correctly, Bulma said Yamcha was most likely taken to your universe. The air grows charged as Goku lands in front of them. He grabs Blaze by his shirt, slamming him into a pillar. That's right, so you would know about Yamcha's strange energy. You seem to know more than you're telling us, Blaze, he says. Blaze coughs up blood, struggling to break free from Goku's grip. I don't know for sure, but I can feel it coming from somewhere else. Like he's channeling something dark and twisted, he gasps out. Vegeta grits his teeth. What is with him? We can just use the Dragon Balls to revive him, he thinks nervously. Goku releases Blaze, who slides to the ground. He looks up at him. The only other thing I know is that when it happened, something seemed to change Gohan's energy too. And I think it might be affecting you, to Goku, he tells him. He stares at Blaze, his eyes narrowed. What do you mean? He asks, a hint of suspicion in his voice. I don't know for sure, but there's something off about the way your energy feels, Blaze replies, wincing as he tries to stand up straight. Goku gives a short chuckle. I'm just fine, thanks. Vegeta stands up, turning to Goku. Like hell you are, Kakarot, he blurts out, stepping forward. Whatever is going on, it's changing you. The Kakarot I know wouldn't act like this, he exclaims. Goku looks down at Blaze. I'm fine. You two just stay out of my way, he says, and then vanishes. The time chamber shudders and groans as Goku goes back to fighting his universe-shaking key copies. Vegeta glares at Blaze. Don't sit there and think I was sticking up for you, got it? Blaze waves him off. I get it, angry and hostile is your thing, he says, drawing a smirk from Vegeta as he turns to watch Goku train. A few days later they exit the time chamber and find everyone at the lookout talking nervously. Blaze looks around, taking in the scene before him. He can sense the tension in the air, like a storm brewing on the horizon. Alright, everyone, what's going on? He asks, making his way over to where the others are gathered. Bulma steps forward, her eyes hard. Yamcha appeared while you were all training. South City was vaporized and the entire coast is in ruins, she says. Goku clenches his jaw as Blaze sits to take in recent events. Blaze looks at her, his eyes wide with concern. What about Yamcha? Did you manage to track him down? He asks, his voice tinged with urgency. Bulma shakes her head. No, we lost him again. His energy signature disappeared just as quickly as it appeared. Goku shakes his head. Well, we need to find him. I'm going to end his miserable existence once and for all, he shouts, startling everyone. Vegeta stares at him as Krillin looks in shock. I know it's bad, Goku, but that doesn't sound like you, Krillin tells him. Blaze sighs, rubbing his forehead. This isn't like Goku, something's definitely wrong. He stands up, his gaze hardening. We need to find out what's happening to him. And Yamcha too, for that matter. Goku growls, his aura flaring up around him. Krillin backs away as lightning cheers at the lookout's tile. What, you think Yamcha is innocent? Goku says, lowering his head as he looks at Blaze. I thought you were gonna be honest with us. But it seems you're still holding back, he says, clenching his fists. Blaze raises his hands, trying to be non-threatening as his heart races in terror. I am telling you everything I know, but it's not enough. We need to find out what's really going on with Yamcha and Gohan. He pauses, taking a deep breath. And if we have to fight to protect our friends, we will. In his base form, Goku spits at Blaze's feet. It hits, leaving a tiny hole through the lookout, impacting the lifeless city below. A galaxy-level explosion erupts, being confined to a few miles wide by Goku's feet control. Goku powers down and steps towards him. You're lucky I like you, Blaze. Don't try to defend that monster again. And stay out of my way. Not even your strange energy will help you if you interfere. He says, then vanishes as he uses instant transmission. Blaze stands frozen in place as even Vegeta trembles. Blaze takes a moment to collect himself, his heart racing in his chest. As they all board Bulma's ship, Blaze calms himself and thinks about what he saw. Was that a tear coming from his eye? He wonders. What does he know that I don't? Suddenly Bulma breaks through his concentration. Okay, Blaze, you have some explaining to do, mister, she says, looking from her device. He looks towards her. What do you mean? She pulls up a bunch of energy readings on a hologram projector. I've never met beings from outside our universes, but if this is correct, we can't use the Dragonballs to wish Gohan or anyone else killed by Yamcha back, because their energy isn't compatible with our set of universes anymore. Blaze lowers his head. That's not as bad as it sounds. Trust me, he starts to say, but is interrupted by a slap from Bulma. You knew, she shouts and is about to slap him again. But Vegeta stops her. Wait, it's not like we couldn't feel their energy change. Maybe that's why Goku is being so strange. He might be an oaf, but he's not entirely stupid. If I could guess, Goku probably went to ask the Kaiser Lord Zeno. Bulma glares at Blaze. Don't think you're off the hook, she says, turning away as she goes to the pilot's seat. Blaze sighs, rubbing his face as he regrets not using his energy to strengthen his defense. I know, and I don't blame you for being angry. I honestly didn't think of that cause of never used Dragon Balls. He pauses. How would you know that anyway? He asks. Bulma smiles. Cause I'm the brains here and asked the dragon a long time ago. If hypothetically other universes outside ours exist, could he wish back a person whose life energy was infected by similar strange energy from those universes? He said he doesn't know, and that if he can't sense and match its energy, he may not be able to. Blaze scratches his head. You really are the smartest, he says as he sits in his seat. Everyone grows quiet as they take off towards Capsule Corp. Blaze nods, taking a deep breath to calm his racing thoughts. Alright, let's focus on the task at hand. We need to find Goku and Yamcha, and we need to do it fast. Whoever or whatever is controlling them isn't going to let them stay out of trouble for long, he thinks to himself. As the ship approaches Capsule Corp, it becomes clear that something is off about the usually bustling location. The people of the city watching the skies in terror as they go about their day. Landing behind the building, Blaze and the others quickly move into Bulma's research lab. Blaze looks around, taking in the various high-tech machines and devices. Anything new on the scanners? He asks, hoping that they might have picked up some sort of energy signature or clue as to what was happening. Bulma frowns, shaking her head. ... 3 days later. ... Goku gasps, turning to Vegeta. Where's Blaze? We could use his help. He grunts. He just left. No one's seen him in days. Goku looks at the incoming attack. Looks like this is it, Vegeta. Screw you, Kakarot. Vegeta grunts, firing a full-powered SSB Gallard gun. Goku fires, putting all he has into it. The combined energy of the three attacks creates a cataclysmic explosion that engulfs the area, leaving behind nothing but a barren wasteland. As the dust settles, Goku and Vegeta stand side by side, their bodies battered but still standing. That was too close, Vegeta. We need to get out of here and fuse. Goku says, grabbing his shoulder. Appearing on Beerus's planet, Vegeta stumbles. Whis, we need your help. Yamcha is going to destroy the Earth, he says. Whis looks at him and chuckles. Oh my, it must be serious if Vegeta is asking for help. Lord Beerus steps towards them. Maybe you should have listened to Blaze. Your energy is so dark, but I know just how to fix it thanks to Whis. As long as the process of purification doesn't just hide you. Suddenly Goku and Vegeta are surrounded by energy of destruction trying to erase them. As the process continues, feeling their bodies being torn apart by the energy, they scream in agony as their essences are pulled apart, being reforged into something new. Suddenly, the energy dissipates and they find themselves standing on a barren plain, their surroundings eerily quiet. Turning around they see Beerus and Whis. There we help, and Whis even restored your energy. They vanish before they can respond. Goku smirks looking at Vegeta. Fusion dance. Vegeta hesitates. Fine. Moments later Blaze lands in front of them as they take the form of Vegeta. Well, if it isn't the coward. He glares at them. Okay, anyway. I found a way to wish Gohan and everyone else back to normal into this universe. My universe might be dangerous, but it's learned to handle this stuff and use magic properly. Extending his hand, a small glowing orb materializes out of energy from his palm. Here, take this. It's a Dragon Ball from my universe. With it, you can wish for the world's safety and return everyone to their normal lives. Vegeta nods gratefully, taking the Dragon Ball. Thank you, Blaze. I'm sorry about earlier. I really wasn't myself. Blaze nods to Goku's words through Vegeta. It's kinda part of my job to help contain cross-universe events originating from my set of universes, he tells them. So you're a useful Jocko. Vegeta chuckles. As they stand there, the sky suddenly darkens, and an ominous aura fills the air. They turn to see Yamcha, his body twisted and warped by an unknown energy, towering over them. His eyes glow with a malevolent light, and his muscles bulge with dark power. Don't you recognize me, Master? We can still rule hell together. Blaze sighs. Really? Velzix. That's where Yamcha got so much power. What have you even been doing all this time? Yamcha chuckles. Well, eating demon and human souls again, of course. Not just them either. Fallen angels from the heavens. Blaze clenches his fist. That's forbidden magic, Velzix. Really shouldn't have told me either. He throws a stone and Velzix chuckles, catching it in Yamcha's hand. What was that supposed to do? Blaze smirks. Unbind souls that aren't Yamcha and remove them. The stone explodes into a ball of energy that swallows him and creates hurricane force winds. Balls of soul energy shooting off as they teleport away to their universes. As Blaze and Vegeta grin at a normal-looking Yamcha, suddenly, Vegeta looks behind him and vanishes, moving to catch a clawed hand aimed at Yamcha as Yamcha turns to a boy. Then lands a solid energy punch to the demon, cutting it in half, causing it to evaporate. Vegeta smiles at him. Well, looks like Blaze was right. Not bad either. You're as strong as Majin Buu. No more craters for you then. Vegeta, I bet you wouldn't say that to my face. Vegeta chuckles. Don't make me put you in a crater after we defuse. You're still not stronger than me. Yamcha raises his hands. Hey, I was just kidding around. He chuckles nervously. ... Bulma looks at Gohan and Yamcha as they explain their experience being pulled to another multiverse, taking notes as Blaze and Goku spar in base form. Blaze smirks at Goku and fires a small energy blast that's easily deflected with a casual wave of a hand. You know, I never understood why they called you legendary, Blaze. You're not exactly living up to your reputation. I mean, you could be a real threat. It's just your energy isn't as effective as it was. Blaze bursts forward as energy erupts from his hands and a sword appears. Striking out, he pulls back to only nick Goku's finger as he tries to block it. Goku looks at his finger. How did you do that? Blaze laughs but then grows serious. It's the Grim Reaper's sword, Death Reaper. Can cut, injure or kill anything that's not God. I find it unfair to use. There's one bad effect it has that makes it almost never even a last resort. Used by anyone other than the Reaper or God. It can erase souls like the Hawkeye, but I'm not allowed to do things like that. It can just injure, but if they die they get erased. He tells him. Then adds, Reaper almost tricked me into taking his place as Grim Reaper, but I spared him, beat him fairly. Got this sword instead, also was a king in hell but deserted and now help people as I try to follow God. Belzix wants me to go evil again, but screw that. Goku and Vegeta glance at each other just as food is being set out for lunch. Goku pats him on the back. Happy to hear you're on our side now, he says as they all sit to eat. Blaze looks around at his new friends but feels like he is forgetting something. Goku looks behind Blaze as an energy equal to his own at Super Saiyan 1 approaches. Blaze turns around and suddenly remembers. Uh-oh, I forgot to look for Mira. He thinks as a slap hits his face. You really forgot I came with you, didn't you? Really, Blaze? Married for centuries and you forgot? Goku and the others laugh as Blaze stammers to explain. Hey there, I'm Goku. Oh hey, nice to meet you, I'm Mira, Shadow's wife. One sec, okay, she says, going back to her playfully mean conversation with Blaze. Goku chuckles and then digs into the food as Bulma pulls up a seat for Mira to join them. Dot. Beerus looks at Whis. So how did you save Krillin and Vegeta anyway? Doesn't your time ability affect the whole universe? Whis chuckles. Usually yes, but I perfected a small-scale version. When I left just after we fled, Vegeta almost ran out of time and doesn't remember the event at all. While the Hawkeye on Krillin actually had an effect. Though you used a little destruction energy in the erasure attempt, assuming the lower power would be easy to erase. So I added some and it reset his life energy to normal. Beerus turns his head. You're just full of surprises, aren't you? And when were you gonna tell me our universe's Xeno isn't omnipotent? He says, crossing his arms. That Earthling is lucky he was controlled by dark energy or he'd pay for my pudding cups, he adds, growing upset. Whis chuckles, covering his mouth. Whenever Xeno or the Grand Priest thought it necessary, Lord Beerus. Whis smirks. And my lord, I did reverse time on your pudding cup storage planet as well. He adds. Beerus perks up, looking at him. If I wasn't a god of destruction, I'd hug you, but if anyone asks, I'll deny saying it. I have an image to uphold after all. Dot.